Namaste Gurukulians. How are you students? Hope you will be fine. Today we will study class 11th business studies and chapter 3.1 private and public sector is going on. So this is the fourth video. We are discussing the topic statutory corporations. Statutory corporations are also called as public corporations. So these are the public sector enterprises which are established by the government by passing a special act in the parliament or in state assemblies. So dear students, we have discussed the meaning, different examples like LIC, GIC, Air India, All India Radio, RBI, Reserve Bank of India, and we also discussed the features of statutory corporations. Now, the next topic is advantages. Advantages of public corporations. The first point is autonomy in operation. As these corporations are established by the government, but while operating the business, the government rarely interferes. Government has given complete freedom to these public corporations that the board of directors which are appointed or which are nominated by the government, they can make policies, they can work independently. So rarely the government intervene in the functioning of statutory corporations. Second is quick decisions. So for statutory corporations, there are no strict rules and regulations made by the government. These institutions, these corporations are run by making policies freely, independently by board of directors. So whatever decisions are taken, no need to take approval of the government. In this way, decisions can be taken more quickly in comparison to departmental undertakings. Next is efficient management. Public corporations are run by the nominated directors who are professional people. The government nominates such people who are such persons who are professionals in the field of running business enterprises. So in this way, whatever policies are made by the professional managers that are sound, in this way they can run with more efficiency. Management is more efficient. And next is social service motive. In case of public enterprises, the priority is given to provide service. Profit earning is secondary. When any good or service is provided by the statutory corporations, only a little profit is charged. They are generally provide services to the population, to the people, you can say to the poor people of our country. And another advantage is protection of public interest. All policies are made by statutory corporations keeping in mind the public interest, the public welfare. Because the primary motive of statutory corporation is to provide service to the society. So whatever decisions are taken, whatever policies are made, all policies are made keeping in mind the interests of the general public. So in this way they provide protection to the general public, or they make policies in public interests, in the welfare of public. So these are the advantages and some disadvantages, limitations also. First limitation is incomplete operational autonomy. Incomplete operational autonomy. In advantages, first point we have discussed autonomy in operation. It means they are given full freedom, they can take their own decisions. The statutory corporations are run by the nominated directors who are appointed by the government. But when such directors are appointed, when such directors are nominated by the government, they are politically motivated people. They always make policies in their own favor or in the favor of the political leaders. And जो public welfare है, it becomes secondary. So that's why incomplete operational autonomy, whatever autonomy is shown on the paper, in real it is not. The board of directors make policies in the interest of political parties in power or the political leaders who give them appointment, who nominate them. So the operational autonomy is just a paper work. And one more is lack of competitive feelings. Lack of competitive feelings. In case of statutory corporations, there is lack of competition. There are no other enterprises, no other companies who are in competition with statutory corporations. अभी LIC है जैसे, उसके लिए कंपटीशन आया है, अदर प्राइवेट सेक्टर कंपनीज आर आल्सो एंटर इनटू दिस सेक्टर. बट इफ यू से ऑल इंडिया रेडियो, दूरदर्शन और IDBI, there is no so much competition. So in this way they are making their policies in a traditional way. So that is because of lack of competition. And next is ignoring service motive. Statutory corporation is a government enterprise where the people are lacking in एक accountability होती है. The officials who are responsible for the functioning, they lack accountability as it is a government department. So instead of making policies for the welfare of public, they always try to get personal benefits instead of public interest, public benefit. That is why the officials, the persons or board of directors who are running these statutory corporations, they make policies in their personal interest instead of general interest. So in this way, the service motive objective is ignored. And last, one more limitation is corruption. As it works like as a government departments, so everywhere we can find the red tapeism, corruption, because it is the habit of government employees not to finish the work. If they finish the work, they demand for money. So this is another limitation of these public sector, these statutory corporations. A lot of corruption is found in the functioning of various employees' offices. So these are the limitations of statutory corporations. Now Third, we are discussing public sector enterprises. So these are of three types. First was departmental undertaking, second statutory corporations, and now third is government company. Government company is that form of public sector enterprise whose registration is compulsory. It is registered under Indian Companies Act 1956 or New Indian Companies Act 2013. Registration is compulsory, and in government company it is compulsory that minimum 51% paid up share capital must be held by the government. This government may be either state government, central government, or both jointly, central and state governments. Private persons are also allowed to invest money to purchase their shares, but the participation of private sector is less than 49%. आधे से ज़्यादा इसमें पैसा गवर्नमेंट का लगा है, आधे से कम पैसा प्राइवेट सेक्टर का लगा है. The main objective of a government company is to get the benefit of expertise of private sector. For the functioning of a government company, the government nominates its board of directors. Apart from this, the private entrepreneur, private sector also appoint board of directors who are professional in their field. So to get the benefit of expertise of private sector, government companies are running, in which more than 51% share is held by the government. Examples of government companies are like BHEL, BHEL, Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited, NFL है, National Fertilizers Limited, और इसके एग्जाम्पल्स हैं कोल इंडिया लिमिटेड, गैस अथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया लिमिटेड, ONGC है, ऑयल एंड नेचुरल गैस कमीशन. तो these are the various examples of government companies which are run jointly by government as well as by private sector. So we will discuss the features of government companies. First point is formation. A government company is formed under the Indian Companies Act 1956 और 2013. 2013 से पहले जो कंपनी रजिस्टर्ड है वो इंडियन कंपनीज एक्ट 1956 में रजिस्टर्ड, उसके बाद 2013 में रजिस्टर्ड है. तो मोर देन 51% शेयर कैपिटल इज हेल्ड बाय द गवर्नमेंट एंड रिमेनिंग इज हेल्ड बाय द प्राइवेट सेक्टर. Registration is compulsory. Second point is ownership. As I told you, ownership is lies partially by government as well as private sector, but at least 51% share must be held by the government, और जो 50 से कम शेयर 49% और लेस देन शेयर आर हेल्ड बाय द प्राइवेट सेक्टर. थर्ड है मैनेजमेंट. तो गवर्नमेंट कंपनीज आर मैनेज्ड jointly by both public and private. Government also appoint board of directors and private sector also who are whose money is invested in government companies, they also nominate their board of directors. So it is managed, controlled by government as well as private sector. Next is financing. तो इट इज़ आल्सो फाइनेंस्ड बाय बोथ, क्योंकि इसमें गवर्नमेंट का भी पैसा लगा है, इसमें प्राइवेट सेक्टर का भी पैसा लगा है. एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम शेयर्स इट कैन टेक लोन फ्रॉम द पब्लिक और अदर फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशंस. तो गवर्नमेंट कंपनीज डज नॉट हैव एनी शॉर्टेज ऑफ फंड्स money is invested by government, private sector, they are also allowed to take loans from general public, and can borrow funds from financial institutions also. And one more feature is separate legal entity. Like as statutory corporations, it has separate legal entity. It means that a government company can have property in its own name. It can be sue by others. It can sue on others. दूसरे इस पर केस कर सकते हैं, या एक गवर्नमेंट कंपनी दूसरों पर केस कर सकती है. Like as other companies, it have a separate legal entity. The existence of a company is separate from its owners. So these are the features. Now next topic is merits of government companies. Merits or advantages. First point is easy formation. To establish a government company, no need to pass a special act in the parliament. Whatever formalities are to be completed as per Companies Act, that must be followed. But special resolution by parliament is not needed. So like as other companies, government companies can be easily formed, can be easily incorporated. Second is autonomy in operation. Like as public corporations, government companies are also given freedom doing the functioning. The board of directors can take decisions freely. Government interference is less. And one more is flexibility. So rules and regulations made for गवर्नमेंट कंपनीज आर फ्लेक्सिबल, दे कैन बी चेंज अकॉर्डिंग टू द सिचुएशन. जैसे वो डिपार्टमेंटल अंडरटेकिंग्स में था, रूल्स कैन नॉट बी चेंज, ऐसी रिजिडिटी नहीं है. इजीली वट एवर पॉलिसीज रूल्स आर फ्रेम्ड बाय गवर्नमेंट कंपनीज दैट कैन बी चेंज्ड. एंड इजी फाइनेंसिंग. In government companies, more than 51% money is invested. Share capital is held by the central or state government, remaining by private sector. And apart from these, for more finance, they can approach to the general public. They can take public borrowings, and even they can get loan from banks, financial institutions also. So, to arrangement of finance is a quite job, easy job. Or next is benefit of private participation. Benefit of private participation. Another advantage of a government company is that in board of directors, the directors are appointed by the private sector also. As we know that private sector is famous for efficient management. Professional managers are appointed by private entrepreneurs who can run a government company with more efficiency. You can see the example of BHEL, Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited. इंडिया की नंबर 1 कंपनी होती है गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर में, बिकॉज ऑफ expertise provided by the private sector also. So due to the participation of private sector or professional management, its efficiency is increased. So these are the advantages of government company, and some limitations also. One is incomplete operational autonomy. Disadvantages. Same points are like as public corporation. In advantage point was autonomy in operation. In limitations, incomplete operational autonomy. Because it is again a government company, it is a government sector, definitely the political parties in power or political leaders always try to appoint their own persons as board of directors. So when such people who are appointed by their political leaders, उनके जो आका political leader हैं, they will always favor the political parties, the government. So in this way we can say there is more interference of government in government companies because the persons nominated by the government are the political leaders. So definitely through their representative government interfere. And no continuity in policies. Whatever officials, directors are appointed by the government, they are changed, they are transferred, they are shifted from one company to another company or to other departments also. In this way, when a new person is appointed, he will make his own policies, he will change the policies made by previous person. So in this way, due to frequent transfer and changes of officials in government companies, the policies cannot be run for a long time. And lack of professional efficiency. So whatever board of directors are nominated by the government, they are not expert, they are not professional persons. क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट जो इसके बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स में या जो कोई सीईओ है, किसी कोई मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर है, जनरल मैनेजर है, गवर्नमेंट अपॉइंट्स एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव ऑफिसर्स, आईएएस ऑफिसर्स. आईएएस ऑफिसर्स हैव अ वास्ट नॉलेज, उनके पास नॉलेज है, बट दे आर नॉट एक्सपर्ट इन द फील्ड ऑफ मैनेजमेंट. अब मैनेजमेंट की फील्ड में तो बिजनेस का जो कोई एमबीए करके आया है पर्सन, दैट पर्सन विल बी एक्सपर्ट. तो सच पर्सन आर नॉट अपॉइंटेड. तो इन दिस वे there is always found lacking in professional efficiency and fear of public accountability. Accountability होता है जवाबदेही, पब्लिक को जवाब देना. These are accountable for public because its management is run in a democratic way and the annual report of government companies is presented to the parliament. So the persons who are responsible to make policies for government companies are always have a fear in their mind. If their policies will not be good, they will be criticized in the parliament. तो उनको ये डर होता है कि उनकी पॉलिसी ठीक नहीं निकली तो पार्लियामेंट में उनको आलोचना उनकी होगी, they will be criticized. So due to this fear, they does not make policies at all. बनाते नहीं पॉलिसी, उनकी क्रिटिसिज्म होगी. तो that is the reason they always lacks accountability. क्योंकि जो पब्लिक की जवाबदेही है उससे बचने के लिए वो जो डर है उसकी वजह से they are hesitating in making new policies. So these are the limitations of government companies. So dear students, we have discussed 3 forms of public sector enterprises: departmental undertakings, statutory corporations and government companies. Some more topics are left, so we will discuss in next video lecture. Till then, goodbye students, have a nice day.